Hey, what's up, you guys? WWE fan 0599 here again, and today we're going to be doing another top 5 list. And today's top 5 list will be my top 5 worst movies of 2014. Now, I did my top 10 best movies, so let's do my top 5 worst movies now. There were a lot of great movies in 2014, but there were also some stinkers. And plus, I didn't see too many stinkers, but I was indeed able to see at least 5 that would make this list. But first, before we start the top 5, I want to give out some dishonorable mentions. Brick Mansions. Brick Mansions, I felt, was just a generic, very sloppy action film, in my opinion. Rest in peace to Paul Walker. I feel bad I had to judge this movie like this, but I did really think this was a sloppy action film. Very messy, the writing was terrible. RZA was awful in the movie. The extras, even the extras, were terrible in this movie. Felt like Brick Mansions was just a sloppy action film. Ride Along. Ride Along was a terrible comedy, in my opinion. It did not make me, really laugh all that much, even though at parts it did make me laugh, but it made me, chuckle, but overall, it's still a terrible comedy. I did not like this movie. Kevin Hart and Ice Cube were terrible in this movie. It just felt sloppy, this movie. And finally, my last dishonorable mention will be No Good Deed. No Good Deed, I felt like, was a very generic home invasion movie, paint by the numbers home invasion movie. Idris Elba, he was good in the movie as the creep, but everyone else was terrible. Writing was awful, in my opinion. I really did think so, yeah. So those were my dishonorable mentions. Now let's get into the actual top 5 list. So, hold on 1 second. Let's get into photos. Alrighty, my top 5 worst movies of 2014. And starting off at number 5 is Into the Storm. Into the Storm was a terrible movie. I mean, this movie was sloppy from the beginning, people. I mean, everybody felt like they were a cartoon character in this movie. I mean, the writing was terrible with the movie. I mean, dialogue was terrible. And the acting, don't even get me started on the acting, because the acting was terrible in this movie as well. The only, at least, decent actor in the movie was, Sarah Wayne Collins, I think. The girl who plays Laurie on The Walking Dead. She was fine, at least, but everyone else, acting-wise, was terrible in the movie. But, this movie was kind of a paint-by-the-numbers disaster movie. It felt rushed at times, it did. I mean, I just thought this was a terrible movie. Definitely one of the worst movies of this year. So, Into the Storm comes in at number 5. Number 4, 3 Days to Kill. 3 Days to Kill, I felt like, just like with Brick Mansions, but it was a very sloppy action film. May I tell you, Brick Mansions is a better movie than this is. Just 3 Days to Kill felt like it was a sloppy action film. Mick G doesn't know how to direct action if his life depended on it. No offense, dude, but I'm sorry. It's just, I felt like this was a terrible movie. Amber Heard was terrible in this movie, as she felt like an like I said in my review, she felt like an Austin Powers, partner or something. She was that over the top. Everyone else is not that great in this movie. Writing's terrible. The action is not even filmed that great, in my opinion. They even tried to throw in some comedy that doesn't even work in this movie. It really doesn't. So, yeah. 3 Days to Kill was a terrible action movie, in my opinion. Just a terrible movie in general. So, yeah. 3 Days to Kill comes in at number 4. Number 3. Now, the top 3, these were the 3 movies I gave an F to. 5, Into the Storm I gave a D, and 3 Days to Kill I gave a D-. These next 3 I just gave an F to. So, number 3. The Legend of Hercules. You all know, I did not like this movie at all. This movie was so bad. This movie was terrible. Holy moly. From its acting, to its writing, to even its visuals. Holy moly, Kellen Lutz was a terrible choice for Hercules, in my opinion. You know, you get a Twilight actor to play Hercules. Are you kidding me? And then we had another Hercules movie come out with The Rock, which I thought was actually good. But this movie, terrible. I did not like this movie at all. Like I said, the acting was terrible, writing was terrible, the directing was terrible. I mean, this could have been a made-for-TV movie. That's how bad this movie was. I did not like The Legend of Hercules. That also comes at number 3. Number 2, Frankenstein. Now, this was my number 1 for a long time, but we'll get into that afterwards. But Frankenstein, holy, what a terrible movie. You know, just why? Why do I put myself through these movies? Why? Why do I do it? I don't know. But Frankenstein just felt like it was a sloppy, attempt at being another Underworld. I don't even like the Underworld movies. Van Helsing was better than this. Yeah, I said Van Helsing was better than this. Just, this movie was terrible. I mean, it just felt like it was very sloppy, like I said, like for most of these movies. Acting was terrible. The writing, oh my goodness, is terrible. And Jai Courtney. Do I need to say more? Jai Courtney's in this movie, so you know it's going to be terrible. I mean, the visuals were worse in here than they were in, The Legend of Hercules. Holy moly. I did not like this movie at all. This movie was terrible. I mean, Aaron Eckhart, I feel bad for you. How can you go from being in The Dark Knight to being in this? How? Just how? How, man? How? How? It's just, Frankenstein was a terrible movie. I did not like this movie. It was terrible. But it is The Godfather compared to my number 1. It is. My number 1 worst movie of 2014 is Left Behind. Words can't even describe how awful this movie was. Go back to my review of this movie. You know I couldn't stand this movie. This movie was terrible, people. It was awful. I felt tortured watching this movie. That's how bad this movie was. I did. I felt tortured watching this movie. I haven't disliked the movie this much since Batman and Robin. I'm not even joking. That's how bad this movie is. I couldn't stand it. Why? Why, Nicolas Cage? Nicolas Cage, I like you, but you were terrible in this, and this is by far your worst movie you have ever done. I couldn't stand Left Behind. Acting, don't even get me started. Jordan Sparks was in this movie. Are you kidding me? She was terrible in the movie. Acting was terrible. Writing, holy moly. Writing, it was like if they wrote it on a napkin or something. Directing was terrible. Visuals look like I said in my review, look like they were on the budget of a ham sandwich. I couldn't stand this movie. Left Behind was a terrible movie. Not only is Left Behind the worst movie I've seen this year, but it's one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my life. Left Behind was terrible. Never see this movie, please. If you see it in a $5 bin at Walmart, put it down. Actually, don't even look at it. Walk away. That's how bad this movie is. You should never see it. It's terrible. So there you go, guys. That is my top 5 worst movies of 2014. Did you like this list? Did you agree with me or did you disagree with me? Let me know, what is your top 5 worst movies of 2014? Leave them in the comment section below. I'm WWE Fan 0599 and we will see you all later. Peace.